All right, we're running ahead on calls because Rippy's doing a lot of calls, which means I've got more time. So I'm going to do another segment of the shit show meeting. But before we do the shit show meeting, I want to show you this new TriMet website, which I think sucks. Because it's no longer, for somebody like me, I don't care about any of this, okay? I'm interested in the Transparency Center. It used to be down at the bottom of the page. Well, now you have to go to the menu, okay? And then you have to go to the About Us. So it's an extra step that they've added to finding the information that I want. And, so they've complicated that a bit, which probably they did it on purpose. I wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, it's one extra step. And where's the CPAS meetings? Okay, where are we? I believe we're on this one. I think. Now let's see if we're actually on that one. It's hard to keep track of these people.
It's just another scam.
Oh wait, that's my fucking. I'm trying to figure out where I was. I was looking at my other one.
Placement project. Provided a contract with Northwest Testing.
Okay, Northwest Testing. All right, so is that what this is? Yes. This is another PAL garage, and execute a contract, a modification. That give us more money. Approved. So let's read about it. The PAL garage replacement project (project) began in 2016. Yes, we've already read that. When completed, the project will provide a new and larger garage. Yes, we've already gone over. Dramatically increased bus storage that they don't need. Blah, blah. Didn't we read this? Is this the same one I just did? To date, this sounds like the same one I just did. Blah, blah, blah. I think we did this. Okay, let's.
Inspection services. Mr. General Manager, your comment.
Northwest Testing.
Again, thank you, President Simmons and members of the board. As mentioned, this resolution is to modify another contract.
Yeah, okay, so it's the, they used all the same wording because it's basically the same topic. It's about the giant pork barrel of the PAL garage. And most of this stuff is... Didn't we do this? Inspecting and testing are required nearly every day. Did we do that? I don't remember, but I bookmarked this here, so...
We have with Northwest Testing concerning the PAL garage replacement project. This resolution deals specifically with geotechnical inspection services provided by the firm. Such services are required through the end of the project in accordance with good engineering and construction practices, as well as permit requirements by the city of Portland.
How much was this?
Given the project's delay
I think
of approximately 1 year, additional resources...
Yeah, we did this. I was right.
For you. Oblitz Johnson, or SOJ, that I'll refer to.
All right, wait.
9, and it's authorizing a modification of a contract with Shields Oblitz.
All right, this is the one we're supposed to be on here. Is this the right one? What, I got three things of the same? What the fuck, man? Okay, they're on this one. Okay. This is the Big Daddy pork barrel that's completely useless as far as I'm concerned. I can't imagine. This is the better red, the so-called better red. The red line. They're going to extend it to Hatfield down the same track that's already existing. And it's going to cost only $200,000 to extend it down the same track that's already there. as far as I'm concerned, this is a scam. Now, Jason explained to me that they're adding some track up at Gateway because it was a bad bottleneck or something. I don't really remember any real delays about with that. I mean, this is really a completely unnecessary capital project as far as I'm the Powell Garage had some basis because the place was old. Of course, I don't agree. 160 million. They could have refurbished that building for like 1/10 the cost, but they chose to destroy the building and start over because they have money and money is their game. And they like to fund the capital projects cabal. Okay, here we go. This project will extend service on the Red Line beyond Beaverton Transit Center to the Fair Complex and construct improvements at the Gateway Transit Center and within the guideway to Portland International Airport, thus improving service and reliability. They always say it will improve service and reliable on-time performance. And that never happens, in case you haven't noticed. Nothing ever improves the on-time performance or the reliability, but they say that in every single project, and nobody tracks on any of it except me. By extending the Red Line further west from its current terminus at Beaverton to a new terminus, the project will effectively provide significant new light rail service to the communities of Beaverton. So what? They already had the track. Why didn't you just add more trains? Why do you need to do all of this? You run more buses and trains, so they're running more trains, apparently. That's what they're saying here. Now, why do they need this whole giant capital project to run more trains when they've already got the track there? This will explain. The project also will improve reliability and on-time and performance of the entire MAX light rail by removing two major sources of delay. The single track for the Red Line at Gateway Center and the single track for the Red Line serving the Portland International Airport. Now, I haven't really not noticed any of that actually being part of a delay. I mean, I haven't heard or seen anything about that. So I think they made this up because they just wanted to do a cap project, and they're oligarchs that run these shields. The people that are doing this one are part of the industrial complex. This is the big Shields, Obelets, Johnson. They're huge. That's an international consortium of corruption. Okay. By converting these sections to double track, the project will reduce delays by allowing the LRVs to come and go at the same time. Whatever, man. In its role as construction project manager, Shields, Obelets, Johnson provides TRIMET with essential construction management personnel who perform key managerial services on the project. Since TRIMET, that giant capital projects department they have, they don't actually do anything. They just hand out money, apparently. They don't actually manage any of these projects. They contract everything out. So it's a crime syndicate. These key managerial services include administering contract provisions and coordinating with TRIMET departments, as well as overseeing contractor communication, schedule, construction stages, payments, and closeout. Now that the project has moved past the design phase, so they spent millions on the design phase. You see how they create this goddamn perpetual job for themselves by this never-ending. I see why they love light rail, because they can always create never-ending capital projects for this light rail. You can see how great of a scam it really is. And is under the construction, TRIMET need for additional construction management service has evolved and expanded. And in order to meet FTA grant requirements and project, I guess they got some money from the feds for this. So, the feds give out the pork to the various cities, states, and towns. They hand out the pork. And so this is part of that, I imagine. Some pork that they get a piece of pork. I know that a lot of this is coming out of your payroll tax. It has become necessary to continue using additional outside construction management because you don't have any people inside. You only got this giant capital project department. In accordance with qualifications-based selection, SOJ was chosen as a contractor. Then the direct labor costs and overall contract value were negotiated. The cost of $500,000 for the initial management services to the design phase was negotiated. As reflected below, the resolutions authorizes an additional $1.010 million. They have 20 employees, 8 women and 3 minorities. Yippee for them. Yeah, I mean, you know how I feel about this. This is completely unnecessary, useless. But there we are. Let's listen to the discussion.
Johnson for construction management, project management services for the Max Red Line extension and reliability improvement project. Mr. General Manager, your comments.
President Simmons, members of the board, the final resolution to come before you this morning requests a contract modification regarding our Better Red project.
Your Better Red
Johnson or
your Better Red pork barrel. Completely unnecessary. Doesn't actually do anything for riders. They say it's going to improve your reliability. It won't.
SOJ, that I'll refer to, has been providing construction project management services for the project. The resolution seeks a contract modification for an amount of just over $1 million. From the
whenever they need more money for capital projects, it's right there. We have it, man. It's here. Take it. $1 million, no problem. Today I was reading about the MBTA. They're whining about their low discount fare. We're going to lose some money because we're going to provide discounted fares. This is a MBTA. Their level of crime makes TRIMET look like kindergarten in terms of the capital projects waste that they have. They're huge compared to TRIMET. So here's the MBTA, and they roll out their mainstream media here in Boston to stoke that hatred for the poors. Those poor people are costing us money. We don't have it. We only have unlimited money for capital projects, but those poor people are costing us money. And mainstream media stokes that, that class envy or the class hatred or whatever the hell. I mean, it's just disgusting how our mainstream media is so fucking bad. It's like anybody that listens to anything on mainstream media is an idiot. Because they just lie to you about everything.
An initial contract amount of $500,000 for additional construction management. As the project has moved past the design phase and into the construction, the need for additional construction management services.
Yeah, this isn't even for construction. This is just for management. This is just the management pork. Doesn't include the actual work here. So I mean, there's just millions and millions of dollars that get eaten up by these technocracies and their contractors for nothing. And you see it play out everywhere around us. You see it playing out in Ukraine. We got $35 billion. We'll just give that to Ukraine. But you can't have Medicare for all. You can't have fare-free transit. But we got $35 billion for some country on the other side of the world that used to be part of Russia, but now is our mortal enemies, Russia. Back to that. Back to the McCarthy days right now. This culture is sick.
Evolved and expanded. In order to meet FTA grant requirements and project deadlines, it has become necessary to continue using additional outside construction management personnel from SOJ for the construction phase. Funds are included in the engineering and construction budget for 2022 through 2024. SOJ was chosen based on a competitive selection process, and the firm is self-performing all of the work. Your approval is recommended.
Thank you, Mr. General Manager. For those of you who noticed in your email, Kimberly had sent you a explanation. I had raised questions about this because I didn't understand the sequence of events that led up to us now seeing it as a board member. So it was helpful to me, and for those of you who saw it, it was helpful to you to understand how we went from a under $500,000 contract to over $1 million contract. Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
Oh boy, a lot of goddamn discussion here.
So moved.
Thank you, Director Edwards. Is there a second?
Director Way, second.
Thank you, Director Way. Anyone wanting to make any other comments before we vote?
I'd just like to make a comment, President Simmons. Thank you for asking those questions and helping to clarify the issues surrounding this. I certainly appreciate that.
Great.
Welcome. Okay, so with no further comments, I'm going to call for the question. All in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Same sign, anyone wishing to oppose?
Right.
And hearing none, motion carries.
All right. And there's your next section of the TriMet Puppet Show. Over and out.